You know that person at work who uses words like leverage and synergize in every meeting? The one who says utilize instead of use and thinks longer sentences make them sound more intelligent? Here's what's wild, they're actually making themselves sound dumber. Communication experts just dropped some research that'll blow your mind. The people we think sound the smartest, they're doing the exact opposite of what you'd expect. You've probably been in those meetings where someone says, we need to facilitate a methodology to leverage our synergistic capabilities. And you're sitting there thinking, what the hell did they just say? Turns out your gut reaction was right. Behavioral studies show that when people try to sound smart with big words and complicated sentences, they actually turn everyone off instead of impressing them. Here's the thing that messed me up when I first learned this. The smartest communicators do 7 simple things that feel almost too basic to work, but they're backed by real psychology. First, they use simple words, begin instead of commence, help instead of facilitate. Sounds obvious, right? But here's the kicker. When people can easily understand what you're saying, they automatically think you're more capable and intelligent. Second, they speak in active voice. Instead of sales have continued to maintain their upward trajectory, they say sales increased. Boom. Clear, direct, powerful. Third, and this one's my favorite, they use strategic silence. Just pause for a few seconds. Studies show that unfilled pauses make people think you're more articulate and educated. It's literally called smart silence. But here's the thing most people don't get. The worst thing you can do is add fancy words to your vocabulary just to sound smarter for one conversation. It comes off as fake and unconvincing. People can smell that artificial intelligence from a mile away. And don't even get me started on jargon. Managers repeatedly say overuse of business buzzwords is an immediate turnoff. It can literally be the difference between getting promoted or getting passed over. Here's what really gets me fired up about this. We've been trained to think complexity equals intelligence, but the opposite is true. The smartest people make complex ideas simple, not simple ideas complex. You want to know the real secret? Focus on what you're trying to get across. Make it ridiculously easy for others to understand your points. When people can process what you're saying without mental effort, they think you're brilliant. The research is clear. People react more positively to someone's voice than their writing. So speak up. Use your actual voice. Skip the corporate speak. Stop trying to impress people with how smart you are. Start focusing on how clearly you can communicate your ideas. That's where real intelligence shows up. The people who sound the smartest aren't the ones with the biggest vocabulary. They're the ones who can take any idea and make it crystal clear for anyone to understand. And that changes everything about how you show up in meetings, presentations, and conversations. Want more insights like this on communication, AI, and the psychology behind what actually works? Subscribe to my newsletter for the latest hacks and tricks for AI and humans and digital dialogues worth having.